Hello everyone. Unit 1 Databases and Database Users. Lecture number 7. Content: the database system environment, database system utilities, centralized and client server architecture for database management system, basic client server architecture, summary. So first we see three schema architecture. So this is the block diagram of three schema architecture with the DBMS components and their interactions. So first we see which are the components of the three schema architecture. So stored data manager. So as shown in the figure, the stored data manager is a program module that provides the interface between the low level and stored data stored in the database and the application program that queries submitted to the system. The storage manager is responsible for efficient storing, retrieving and updating of data. The dotted lines and circles shows access that are under the control of this stored data manager. So next one is DDL compiler. So the DDL compiler processes schema definitions specified in the data definition language and stores descriptions of the schemas in the database management catalog. So next one is interactive query interface. This interface may be used to generate the interactive query automatically. These queries are parsed and validated for correctness of the query syntax by a query compiler. So next is the query compiler, query optimizer. So it will optimize the all queries. Pre-compiler. The pre-compiler extracts data manipulation language commands from an application program written in a host programming language. These commands are sent to the data manipulation language compiler for compilation into object code for database access. The rest of the program is sent to the host language compiler. So next one is the runtime database processor. So runtime database processor is the privilege commands, the executable query plans, and the key-end in transaction with the runtime parameters. So next one is the system catalog or a concurrency control system. So concurrency control system is a process to ensure that the data is updated correctly and appropriately when multiple transactions are concurrently executed in database management system, backup and recovery system. Okay, a database backup operation is performed by backup system when a problem that damages the database. All committed data is recovered by recovery subsystem. So next we see database system utilities. The database management system utilities are loading, backup, database storage, reorganization, performance monitoring. Okay, so these are the database system utilities. So loading means a loading utility is used to load existing data files into the database. Okay, the current format of the data file and the desired database file structure are specified to the utility, which then automatically reformats the data and stores in the database. Such tools are also called as a conversion tools. So next one is a backup. A backup utility creates a backup copy of the database by dumping the entire database onto a tape or a other mass storage medium. So next is the database storage reorganization. This utility can be used to reorganize a set of database files into different file organization and create new access paths to improve performance. Performance monitoring monitors database usage and provides statistics to the DBA. The DBA uses statistics in making decisions such as whether or not reorganize files or whether to add or drop indexes to improve performance. So this is about database system utilities. So next we see data dictionary system. Case tools are used to design phase of database systems. Another tool that can be useful in large organization is an expanded data dictionary system. The data dictionary stores other information such as design decisions, usage standards, application program descriptions, and user information. Such system is called as a information repository. So next we see application environments. The system provides an environment for deploying database applications and include facilities that help in many facts of database systems, including database design, graphical user interface development, querying and updating, and application program development, etc. So next is the communication facilities. The DBMS also needs to interface with the communication software whose function is to allow users to location remote from the database system site to access the database through the computer terminals, workstations, or a personal computer. These are connected to the database site through the data communication hardware such as internet router. So next we see centralized and client server architecture for DBMS. So the above figure shows the physical components of the centralized architecture. It is also called as a centralized architecture or client server architecture. So single system including the DBMS software, right? So this is the DBMS software module, right? And next one is the hardware, right? So again, application programs and user interface processing software, right? So we have a application programs and interface processing. Here see application program, terminal display controls, text editors. We are using database management systems, compilers. In hardware or firm, we are using a CPUs over here, right? Controllers, so it will control all these resources: CPU, memory, disk, input-output devices such as printers, tape drivers. Okay, so these are controlled by the controllers, or it can call as a system bus. So it works as a operating system. So next, terminals. So next, network. The network, okay, fine. So network, terminals, and again, so the client server architecture was developed to deal up with the computing environment in which a large number of PCs, workstations, file servers, printers, database servers, web servers, email servers, and other software and equipment are connected via network. So next we see basic client server architecture. So here logical two-tier architecture, it is also called as a logical two-tier architecture. So as shown in the figure, clients are connected using a network for the resources, printer server, file server, or a database management system server. The client server architecture was developed to deal with the computing environment PCs, workstations, file servers, printers, database servers, web servers, email servers, and other software and equipment are connected via network. That's as shown in the figure or a diagram. So client machine, server, file server, web server, or email server. So next we see basic client server architecture. Here this is the physical two-tier client server architecture. So two-tier client architecture for database management system. Interface program and application program can run on the client side, right? When database management system access the required, the programs establishes a connection to the database management system server, right? I have shown in the figure here. See here. So we are using a communication network to communicate between these two devices. So here we are using a diskless client with a disk, and this is a server, and this is a main server with a client. So if they have required any queries, or if they want to execute any queries, so they can access through this communication network. So Open Database Connectivity provides an application programming interface. So using a ODBC, we can connect this between these different servers as shown in the figure. Software components are distributed over two systems, client and server. So logical three-tier architecture. So client, application server or web server, database server. So in a client, graphical user interface. At application server, application programs web page, and database server, database management system. Okay, this is a client side, and the adds an intermediate layer between the client and the database server. The intermediate layer or middle tier is called the application server. Summary: the database system environment. Database system utilities such as loading, backup, database storage or reorganization, performance monitoring. Centralized and client server architecture for database management system. Next we saw basic client server architecture, logical two-tier architecture, physical two-tier client server architecture, logical three-tier architecture. Thank you.